Madden Football brings you...
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Jackson. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Singletary again. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward, counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense is...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Straight ahead, Etienne. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give to Etienne running right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That's going to back them up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Personal foul, unnecessary running, defense.
Sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Open man is Waddle complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And some room to maneuver. Able to slither by. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, 30 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Singletary.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Play action. It's Lawrence. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 more yards there and another first down.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his left. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram from 19 yards away. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Jackson
yet again targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first and 10, it's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first.
A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
After the sack on first down, Lawrence steps away.
And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Lawrence's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. From the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go right back to Singletary. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A handoff for Etienne. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Go. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne. A little juke. That one a first down pickup of 8. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give running right, Etienne. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 151 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made it out of space.
The Jaguars season will continue at least one more week as we say so long, everybody.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin like the in my paper.